Three dudes wearing hats. That's
Just
the new
three
podcast.
dudes
That's the new move.
wearing hats.
Three dudes wearing hats.
I feel like what is it? I'm always a hat forward person unless I'm like doing something, but I feel like I might need to start being a hat backward kind of guy. I feel like it's a
You mean like when you're about to like complete a task?
well, yeah, like if I'm
Like,
cooking or whatever. Yeah,
all right, I need to get serious. Hand me that wrench real quick. All right, thanks.
yeah. Actually, let's see what this looks like. All being backwards.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what though? You look like Jared Martin.
Yeah, you look like me in 10 years. We do have very similar beard structure.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how much older I look than you
Yeah.
when we go that
I
way.
don't know. You look the same age.
I would say similar age, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we should start a good Charlotte cover band. It feels like our look right now.
You guys look like seniors of the frat I'm rushing for.
You know what we look like? We look like the first three lead singers of a pop punk band. Just like we just couldn't find the right hat backwards facial hair combo. And then they settled on the fourth guy.
Yeah, I feel like this is a look that I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like what is it? I'm starting to thin on top,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I'm tempted to just shave it and see what it looks like.
Don't do that.
Ooh, no.
I feel like
Well,
going extreme.
You should have tried that during COVID, like when I tried it, and I was just like, fuck it, dude. All the barbershops are closed.
Get rid of it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, my motto for a few years now has been, if it's going, it's gone. And I don't know if that's the right path to go on. But
I don't think so,
No.
because you can't use that for all things. You know, if
It's
going,
salvageable
it's
right
gone.
now. You got
It
to
is
get on it
salvageable.
now.
That's true. Actually, now is probably the best time to try to fix some of that.
Yeah, you can. You know what I found is wearing hats actually makes your hair fall out really fast.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm finding that out too, because until I bought this hat, this has never been a problem before.
Yeah. My hair started falling out as soon as I started wearing hats, and when I started doing steroids. I don't know which one caused it, really. I'm hesitant to say it was all roids.
It was all it was 100% the
It
roids.
was-
Well, yeah, I mean, look at Clinton.
100%.
Yeah, I've been wearing
Clinton
hats
never
my
wears-
entire life.
Yeah, Clinton wears hats every day. He's
Like I was
like a
going to like
fucking horse.
private school with a hat on, and they were like, "You can't wear that," and I was like, "I'm gonna though." So I'm a
Dang.
special case. I'm gonna wear this U of A hat, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And I'm sure there was something that they did do about it.
Yeah, I had to take it off in class, but I was allowed to wear it not in class. So
But that feels like like when you go to like if you're sitting down for dinner, you got to like pop
Exactly.
it off and put it on your knee, or like clip it to one of your belt loops or something.
Yeah,
I
be
took it as a
respectful.
win. I was like, "That's a dub. No one else is wearing a hat."
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do want to get back to the if it's going, it's gone thing, because that is a crazy philosophy to have. Like,
No, dude,
hey, if it's not going your way, just give up.
Just give up, dude. If it's going, it's gone.
You don't need to. Don't worry.
Dude, whatever.
Just get rid of it. Hey, if your wife breaks her leg, just dump her. You know, it's just
those are not the same, dude.
see. I'm just saying, like, using that form of thinking that is kind of bad.
I mean, that's kind of what Paul McCartney did. I mean,
What,
his
with
wife
the
was
Beatles?
already missing a leg, but she was getting surgery on the nub, and it got in the way with his Hawaiian vacation.
Well, yeah,
So,
I mean, you're gonna go to Hawaii. Dude.
a big fight ensued, and that's like where their divorce started.
Yeah, but it's like,
Paul
are you going to
McCartney being
sit
like,
there?
actually, you're not getting your leg fixed. We're going
Click.
to Hawaii.
Click.
So,
Real quick, you ever been to Nantucket? So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what are you going to sit there every day with your wife who might die, or are you going to fucking enjoy Fiji, dude? Just fucking
you
get
doing,
out
dude?
there. Yeah, what are you doing? What are you wasting your time with this broad for? She's not going to get better, and she does get better. She's not going to get better.
She's for sure getting better. She's
You know what's
1,000%
always
getting
the
better.
best? Fucking Cancun. All right,
Cancun,
it's
dude.
always the best.
you were thinking of a place in Hawaii and you couldn't.
No, I was gonna say Guadalajara. I was like, that's probably pretty big.
Dude, Guadalajara is not a nice place.
It's not a good place, dude. Don't go there.
Good restaurant, terrible place.
Dude,
Good
I love
restaurant
the
in Tucson,
idea.
yes.
I love the idea that you're sitting there. You're like, what's a good place? Like, you've been to Chihuahua, and you're like,
You ever
oh,
been
not a
to
good place.
Chihuahua? Yeah. You ever been
Juarez.
to Oaxaca, Mexico?
No.
Yeah, like that. I'll take Tecate over that all day. You're like, no,
Oh, yeah.
no.
Oh yeah. No, dude, but this show was pretty fun. Clint fucking killed it. Killed it.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's always nice because like you don't always get to see your bros do longer sets. He did like 20 minutes. And I saw
Nice.
him and I was like, yes. I had the same feeling with the last show with Dom too, and I was like, yes. Yeah.
Yo, next show though, just an FYI, next show, shut that back door.
Yeah, I know.
Because when you're on stage, dude, you're in this like wind tunnel, and you're just I was fucking freezing up there.
Oh, is that why you were shaking?
Dude, wait.
I was fucking I was just in this wind tunnel, just like, God damn.
Dude, I feel like that's the opposite. I feel like you should absolutely keep the wind tunnel because most people are going to get.
It's set up in such a way in the bar where we set up the stage and it's by the few little stairs that come down into the bar, and that door was open. And last show we didn't have it closed, and we didn't have anybody complain. The talent certainly didn't complain. No, but you're right though. You're right. We should have it closed. And no matter what, like it's a very busy room. Like there's always people walking around, moving around. Some people were standing. But yeah, all in all, man, it was a great show. Except for fucking Dario, the cook in the front row, just facing the opposite way of the show the whole time. The whole fucking time. Just facing this way.
The stage is right behind him.
I know. And I'm just like, Dario, you could have gotten a different seat. You can sit anywhere you want. It's like, yeah, but there's no seat right here, though. There's no seat right here. I'm like, Dario, at the very least, don't fucking talk to the comic. He's asking you rhetorical questions. He was like talking the whole time. I'm like, God damn it, you fucking Puerto Ricans from New York can't shut the fuck
Dude,
up.
I love the idea. Y'all ever notice? He's like, I do be noticing that.
That's exactly what he was doing. He's like, yeah. He would be facing this way. Anwar would say something, and he'd be like, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So
And I swear to God, he said facts though like 4 times. Facts though.
It's like, do you ever think about going to Yuma? And he's like, facts though.
No.
Be like, wait.
He didn't talk to Clint at all. Didn't talk to Clint, but Anwar kind of had like a rough start. He kind of dug himself in a hole pretty early, and then he did like mostly crowd work stuff, and he salvaged it, but he could have done better. And his whole thing that he was banking on for like 5 or 6 minutes was just talking to Dario, and I'm like, no, man, don't do it. Dario's a fucking asshole. So Dario, I worked with Dario.
So that's someone you know.
Yeah, so I worked at Playground for like 4 years, and Dario was the cook there, And I told Dario so many times.
I already know he's an asshole because his name is Dario.
His name is Dario.
Like, there's never been a cool Dario ever. They've all been the worst.
Yeah, if he's drunk, he calls himself Dario. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, he's the 4th brother that no one ever acknowledges.
He's like, no, Dario.
Dario.
Dario's here, and you're like, I gotta go. I gotta leave.
You guys didn't have bootleg Dario Kart when you were younger?
Y'all ever play Dario Kart? It's just all Puerto Ricans in beat up Civics just driving around New York.
Instead of bananas, you just throw knives at each other.
Yeah. But yeah, I told him on many occasions, I was like, yo, you're funny, man. You should try stand-up comedy. He's like, nah, I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm just telling you, man, I think you're kind of funny. You could work on it a little bit.
Dude, that's hilarious. I have never told anyone that. I go the opposite, where they're like, should I try it? I'm like, if you want to.
Go, no.
I'm like,
No.
probably not, to be honest.
Clint, do you ever tell people they should do comedy, or do you like dissuade them from that?
I did once, but now I don't. No one asks.
That's
Wait,
a good point.
who did you tell?
Back in the day, my friend Zane.
Oh yeah,
Oh, Zane? Fuck that guy. I'm kidding.
yeah.
No,
I don't know
fuck
who
that
Zane
guy.
is.
8?
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.
Like,
Wait, Connie, you would have been around when Zane was still there.
oh, Zane Maddock,
Yeah,
7 was good.
I'll go 7.
Needed more volume on it though.
That is the right Zane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I maybe met him or saw him once or twice. I never talked to anybody at the beginning except for like Lex, Clint, Tony, Dom, Roy. That was it.
That's, I think, everyone here's case. Actually, I don't want to speak for you, Clint, because you started before us, but
Yeah, I kind of talked to like everybody that was just in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
talk
he was
to everybody.
because you started young.
Yeah.
young buck.
Yeah, by the time I started, Dom was the only person who was sitting at the bar, housing beers,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was the person I sat with.
Jaeger bomb Dom, dude.
Yeah, dude, Jaegerbomb Dom.
Dude, I remember Jaegerbomb Dom. He was
Dude,
a mess. He was
dude,
a mess.
running the sound room, and then he would go out and kill a Jaeger bomb before his set.
No,
A
like
3-minute
every like
set.
6 comics, he'd do a fucking Jaeger bomb, and then in the night with a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, dude, it was
a
a
night,
lot.
dude.
No, I know. I just meant that like he was running the sound booth. He would play his own intro music and run out, and then just and then finish his set and run off.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember because Dom was actually like an early inspiration for me. I saw him do that. I think I've told you guys this before, but I saw that and I was like, that's going to be the guy that I am. And so I started bringing drinks with me on stage. And the second time I brought like a shot of tequila or something for me to do on stage. And I dropped the shot as soon as I stepped on stage. I dropped it and it spilled. And I was like, fuck. All right. Well, okay. Guess I'm not this guy anymore because I dropped the shot.
I've never been a take a drink with me.
No, I do sometimes. Not all the time.
Clint, do you take a drink with you?
Depends on where I'm at on the drink.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like if you just started it.
If it's full, do you take it on stage, or if it's almost empty, do you kill it then get on stage?
Let's say I get there, I sign up. I'm going up early. I just got my first beer. I'm up in like 2 people. I'm bringing that up with me.
Right. Yep. Fresh drink, bringing it up.
See, I would always, I mean, at least at Laughs, I'd always just be casually drinking whatever beer I had and then put it up on the shelf and then go and do my set and come back and get it.
Yeah, for the most part, I do that. I think I learned from that particular set where I dropped the shot. I was like, I'm not bringing drinks with me onto the Laugh stage. I'm not doing that. You know, but if we were doing like Catalina, Catalina Craft Pizza, I would always bring my drink up there because it was like whenever you went up there, it was always like a 10 or 15 minute set that you were doing, because he just let you do time. And like in 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to get a little thirsty. You're going to get you need a little sippy.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Screening room sometimes. Most of the time I leave it at the foot of the stage and then grab it when I get off.
Yeah, I was going to say I would leave it right next to the stairs and then go up and do whatever.
Because so many things can go wrong, dude. If you remember the one time where we went to stand up live and we watched that dude do the dance around his beer that he dropped left on the ground. And then he
lassoed his beer.
fucking lassoed it, and then just and everybody
Dude, yeah,
just cheered.
We were sitting there as he brought like his data entry buddies to his first ever open mic, where he wore like a button down and slacks, and then lassoed his beer, and the only time the audience engaged. Which again,
it was.
But I gotta take a shit. I'll see you guys in a minute.
yeah.
God, dude, I think that's the first ever shit he's had to take mid podcast.
That's a good point. I don't think those aren't very common.
We're hitting milestones. We're hitting shit.
We've been making them at night.
We're making them at night.
But yeah, I remember that guy.
That was so great, dude, because it was just a phenomenally just blasé set, like a new open micer. We were still newer at the time too. We were both like 2 years in, but still, like you just nobody's listening, nobody's paying attention. Then for some reason, I think everybody noticed that he did like 2 more switchbacks around his beer, and then everybody started like paying attention, like, oh, and then like you see other tables like whispering,
like they noticed, we noticed, and they noticed.
We noticed, and we're like, oh shit, dude. And he just keeps like walking circles around his fucking beer, and the cord of the mic is just getting tighter and tighter, and he just doesn't notice, dude. He's just in that like zone of not knowing how much time is passing, not knowing what he's doing, and then all of a sudden, unanimously, the beer knocks over, and everybody's like,
because we'd watched like 2 or 3 rounds around this beer, and he was. For his first time, obviously, like, you're gonna get nervous and not know what to do. But it was funny that he reverted to like Chris Rock, where he just started charging back and forth on the stage.
Yeah, just started going back and forth. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Don't do it. Think of the beer. Think of the beer, man.
At one point, he just, they got to go.
That's another thing too. Like, you notice like habits. That's one thing I've been noticing too, is like habits of comedians on stage. Like, oh, I don't like that. Habits.
I feel like you want to switch back and then leave Clint as the only one going backward.
Yep, that's the way it should be, brother. That's the way it should be. But yeah, I've been getting in this this habit of noticing the like tics and habits and patterns of the comedian. Like, I don't know, because when I was growing up and watching comedy, I would always notice specific things that comedians would do that would become like a trademark for them. And then I realized later on, like as I started learning comedy, that they're not intending to do those things. Like the whole Hot Pocket thing with Jim Gaffigan wasn't intentional, but that's what he became known for.
I feel like
he delivered a joke, or like the way somebody flips their hair after every punchline. They're not intending to do that.
Dude, actually, that's a great point, because and I don't know why I noticed it first with it was Amy Schumer and Kelsey Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Both do this same, no matter what. Like, and it gets to the point where you're like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. After every single, like, so there's 3 beats generally, at least, to every joke, and typically sometimes you can add beats on, but it's setup, punch, tag, and then tag, tag, tag. You can keep going, but it's just so funny to see after every beat of a Amy Schumer or Kelsey Cook, like they both do the same exact thing where they'll just turn and just do this like face,
right?
And you
like, can you believe it?
Yeah, like this one time, and then and you're like, oh, like it's the same thing. Once you realize how many times Dave Chappelle smacks his leg with the mic, you're like, oh, like that's just your like sort of indicator. You're like, okay, I'm telegraphing
right
laughs,
Yeah, I've heard from other comedians that I respect who are obviously in a higher position than us on the funny hierarchy, that if you're doing something like that, this is where I learned it from, was Chad Daniels. because Chad Daniels has a joke in one of his specials where he kind of details that perfectly, where he's talking about his son. And he says he brings his son, who is like 16 or 17, to a comedy show. He's really young, and he's hanging out in the green room with a bunch of other comedians. And these comedians are kind of like, jabbing at him a little bit. They're like, what are you, an open micer or something like that or whatever? And then somebody who was with Chad Daniels and his son is saying, like, aren't you going to do something about that? And Chad Daniels goes, I sharpen the stick. I know how it pokes, And so he claps back and says it. He's like, hey, I particularly like the way that you smile at the end of every punchline, since the jokes don't do the trick, I love the way that you smile at the end of the jokes to let everyone know it's finished, since the punchlines don't do the trick. And I was like, oh, and that for some reason has stuck with me so much, because I'm like, I should be trying to just do it with words, no facial expressions to cue people, no knee slaps, no like, I really should be going for the words. The only one that I do approve of is Shane Gillis when he goes, and I'm like, it is funny, but also it's like, just stick to your stuff, man. Just stick to the material. Just come on. It's good.
Yeah. Nothing on that one?
Nothing on that one?
Okay.
So I went to the bathroom, right? And I got out of it. And my mom goes, is the podcast over? And I went, no, I had to go to the bathroom. And then she goes, poop?
And you're like, yeah, Mom.
Yeah. But so
Clint, just a quick catch up. Things people do on stage that almost try to telegraph their joke structure.
Mm-hmm. Or like just involuntary actions. Like, I don't know if you saw last week at Last, but Luis, when he goes on stage, every time he finishes a punchline, he goes, like, he has long hair, and he goes, and his hair is not in his eyes, but he just can't help but go like get it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does that. He does that with like just this little hint of like a shit-eating grin in the corner. He goes like that, and then he rolls right into the next punchline. I love that so much about him. And then Rich Gary, he was sitting right there, and I was like, hey man, $10 says that after the next punchline he's going to try to get his hair out of his eyes, and he does it, and Rich has to leave the fucking room.
Dude, I remember for a while because I don't know where I had heard it, but I had heard like the sort of advice of like just to not lean on moving too much. Mm-hmm. That you shouldn't take the mic out of the stand when you're starting. Mm-hmm. Like leave the mic in the stand, just do whatever jokes, because people will lean on act outs or whatever. 10.
2.
What?
2.
Anyhow,
it was just quick and sharp. It was just,
that's what I like.
I forget. We're at the opposite ends of the burp spectrum here. You like them long, loud, but you like the quick punch, or you like the quick punch of it and the volume. You like the long. You like the long ones.
Those long boys.
Long boys.
But I found that I would like hold the mic stand, but then lean, and I would do like one joke to over here, and then almost to signal that the joke was over, I would like pan back over here and lean this way. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about it, but I'm like, even though I'm not taking the mic out of the stand, I'm still definitely using it as like a.
Yeah, you would do this thing where you'd hold the mic stand, but you would almost do your actions as if you weren't holding the mic stand. Like you would just move it around with your hand while you're pointing.
Yeah.
Hold it and like you but you have the mic, but then you'd like hold the top of the mic stand and like keep moving it around.
Oh yeah. No, once I did take the mic out of the stand, this definitely became a crutch also of just moving the stand around.
Yeah, dude, like you're fucking trying to turn starboard, like.
I was churning butter over here.
Yeah, I noticed I've noticed this recently, and I don't know why, but every time after I finish a joke and people are laughing, I do this thing where I touch the side of my nose like this. Like I just do this. And I don't know why. It's like this weird habit that I've developed where I finish a punchline, I'm like, white Mexicans. And then everybody's laughing. I'm like, almost like I got him, you know?
Got it.
And I'm trying to break that habit because I don't want that to be like a tell, you know? Not like Dave Attell. I don't want
Yeah,
that
it's
to
like, you're not that funny. It's fine.
yeah. But then again, we're talking in the context of like Amy Schumer and Kelsey Cook and Dave Chappelle and stuff. Obviously, not all in the same stratosphere.
Not in the same, yeah.
Not in the same stratosphere at all, because you know, men, women.
Well, but like you notice some like with Dave Chappelle's thing of like hitting his leg with the mic. You'll notice like other people, like you see Andrew Schultz doing that. You'll see, I don't know why.
The hyena laugh.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so that's a big thing. Also, telegraphing by just laughing at whatever it is that you said.
Yeah.
Or and not to say anything necessarily too disparaging about Shane Gillis, but it's something that also I think everyone goes through.
Our boy, obviously, in case we meet him one day.
That's all I'm saying. Don't count me out, Sheets Nation. No,
right?
No, but he definitely does the thing where he'll comment on how the joke did.
Yeah, he's like, this one won't go good.
Everyone falls into that eventually, or every now and again, where they'll do something like that one usually, and then or like that should have, and then whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think a lot of people fall into that.
I realize that it's kind of like, it is kind of like a crutch, but also like when you see it work, you go, that's why you kind of break the fourth wall a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
because it can
break
work
down the tension.
Yeah.
Which is also why crowd work is so fun. And I don't know, like everybody shits on crowd work because it doesn't require writing. Which is fair.
But really good crowd work does require skill, and I would love to have that skill. I don't have that skill, but that's why I do the crowd work, because I want that skill.
That was one of the things that I like. I wanted to. Oh shit! What was it? What was Matt Zemac's mic on Wednesdays?
The dude butt.
No, a while back, like I guess a couple of years ago now.
On Wednesday at the O.
It was next. You could do the screening room and then go do this one. I forgot where it was.
Mr.
But you could like walk over. I used to like walk over with Randall.
Was at the depot?
Maybe.
Or the place where the train car is outside.
Yeah, the train place.
Where we saw Jamie Kilstein.
Yeah.
You saw Jamie Kilstein? When? I mean, I've talked to Jamie Kilstein here, but where? You saw him in Tucson? When?
I think you were on the same show, weren't you? Or you definitely did a show at the same place. Maybe. What was that place called? Literally, the train would pass right by it.
Yeah, it was like a brewery, and the train would be right there.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whatever it was. Because I assumed that Matt's crowd wouldn't like my written nonsense, I would just go there with Randall and we would do crowd work.
Mm-hmm.
And by far, 5. Maybe not the best sets in terms of like as funny, but certainly the most enjoyable.
Right. Yeah. I do like it because it's like a sense of relief that you get a little bit. You're like, all right, I don't have to try to remember anything. It's like this is what I appreciate about when Clint does his stuff, is because like he, on the surface, it does look like he never has anything prepared, you know, but like he'll just make you'll just make the choice right before you go up. You're like, I think I'm just going to fuck around tonight, you know? And then you go up and you like just make something out of nothing, you know? And it's always like, I can tell when you do that, when you're having fun. And then you go like, well, I got this bit, you know, I have this part figured out, but I need to figure out the ending. And then you just keep riffing on the ending until, even if there's silence, you riff on it until there's a fucking laugh. And you're like, that's it. That's what I love, dude. I love that.
Well, I mean, that's what I use the open mics for. I use it just for practice. It's like my shoot around.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
I'm just trying
ultimately,
new moves. I'm trying to see what works. I'll
It's
run
what
a
it-
bit to the ground, like Connor said, just one night. Like I'll just do one bit for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like that is
like,
the
well, I haven't gotten last for 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Maybe this one will be the one.
And then
I
I get
feel
a
like-
chuckle at the end. I'm like, not a total loss.
No, it's not a loss, dude.
got something.
Whatever keeps you from.
I feel like that is the eventual like graduation where you should get to. But at the same time, like those early years, just honing in the jokes that you do have is so tempting because you're like, oh, I know that it could get slightly, but if I remove this pause, if I cut this down, like I know I could just hone this thing in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or
dude.
at least from my perspective, I was like, I just want to get this 3 minutes or this 5 minutes or this 10 minutes just as tight as possible.
Right. Like since before going to Vegas, I was going back and listening to a lot of sets, just like trying to see like which was the best version of the joke, like which had the most laughs, which seemed the most like the most rhythmic, you know, and I was listening to those. And even with those, and I was listening to some bad ones too, and just hearing how much I say and hearing how much I like kind of dilly around for like 15 or so seconds and then get to the next line. I'm like, God damn, why don't I? And so like when I was in Vegas, I was hell bent on like doing I just moved my whole fucking laptop. I was did it again.
Hell
Connor was hell bent.
All right, guys, gotta go. See ya.
But anyway, like I was hell bent on like honing in, you know, just cutting down on that, just sticking to it, not veering off and doing just a shitty bit of crowd work, you know, just sticking to the material. And honestly, dude, I felt because I did 10 minutes. I opened the show at Playground. I did 10 minutes and that felt really good. It felt really good because it's the stuff that I've been working on. It's completely different from the stuff that I started doing when I first started comedy. So I was really proud of that, you know? And so, but I still have this thing where I do like,
There were almost no mentions of STDs. Almost none.
No, there wasn't a single mention of an STD.
Clinton? Was there a mention of an STD?
In Vegas?
No, in this most recent show.
Oh, no.
Oh, there you go. That's gross.
Yeah,
That's
if I have a crutch, it's mentioning STDs on stage. That's what it is.
I love the
Well, you never had fucking AIDS, you bitch.
What do you like, Dom? You didn't have herpes 12 times? Yeah.
What are you, not cool? Like me?
What do you like?
I got something special.
Yeah, dude. This is a good time.
I got a pack
Connie, you're gonna love this.
of Desert Storm Topps trading cards.
Dude.
Now, I've opened one already, and I pulled the Commander-in-Chief.
Oh, dude, H-Dub.
H-Dub.
What up?
So now we're on the hunt for
Dude.
you know who.
Bin Laden?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bin Laden?
Not Desert Storm.
Or no.
It's not gonna happen.
Saddam.
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 Yeah.
Saddam.
Nice. So,
Hold up.
I think this is a question of what the viewers are thinking. Are you going to open it on the podcast now?
Yeah, he's opening it right now.
They're open.
Okay.
Okay, what do we got first?
The Coalition for Peace Pack. Here we go. Let's see what we got. We've got a Hawk missile.
Ooh,
Nice.
Those are
For
nice.
peace.
Solid. For
For-
peace.
for
For
peace.
peace.
It's for peace, guys. You know, those are real high tech back in the 80s. They really were.
We got the.
It was
I don't even know how to
91.
pronounce that.
Who is this? Aegis?
Aegis?
Aegis Control Center. Yeah.
Nice.
Aegis Control Center.
Lots of pewters. Lots of pewters.
We've got
Plenty
the.
of putes.
Ooh, this is a fun one. Now, this is all for peace, guys. Lining up the tanks.
Ooh, a tank line, dude.
Not even the type of tank, just lining
Look,
them up.
let me tell you, you wouldn't
Ooh.
want to stand in front of those.
The classic CH-47 Canuck.
Oh,
Chinook.
yeah. Chinook, for sure.
It goes Chinook, 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 Chinook.
Well, it's got the 2 propellers. That's pretty fun.
Machine gun ready. For peace.
Nice.
Wait. Pause on that. Are those PKMs?
Yes, looks
Nice.
like it. Let's see.
Oh, no, those are Uzis. Sorry. Your resolution's a little odd. Those
it
should be
doesn't say-
Uzis.
Yeah, no, those are Uzis.
Yeah. Okay.
Uzis for peace.
Uzis for peace.
Okay.
Dude, name of the podcast, Uzis
At
for
the
peace.
controls.
Nice. That's pretty similar to the computer one. It's
Yes,
pretty
it
similar.
is. Very similar.
It's basically a repeat. I don't know.
It might be a reprint. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
The
we'll have to look into that.
CH-53 helicopter.
Ooh,
Shooting off
two.
Oh,
flares.
Dude, you got 2 copters in one pack. I
Two
think
cops?
I smell
Oh,
Hussein, dude.
no last card magic. We just have the power of the tomahawk.
Dude, the Tomahawk.
Nice.
Dude, those cost 1.2 billion per missile.
Well, there's one going into a wall right there.
Oh no, I know, dude. Those are dope.
Wait,
But-
1.2 million per missile.
Per shot. Each time you thump.
You
And by
shoot-
that I mean it has to be something like boat
Each
mounted or
time
whatever.
you eliminate a village, it costs
And then we got
$1.2 million.
The 6 field artillery sticker.
Nice. That's
No.
a
No
pretty good pack.
thumping
Tight,
Saddam,
tight.
No, that's
my
good, man.
commander in chief.
No,
Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
let's check if there was a reprint.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's kind of like, when they came out with like the regular Pikachu card, and then all of a sudden they had the other one that like
The holographic Pikachu.
Yeah, no, it was like
Def-
they had one that
Definitely
looked
a
more
variant.
flat.
Oh yeah, that's less than one standard deviation away.
Okay. Yeah, but like at the controls kind of seems like you're doing like a simulation, it's kind of bitch shit. You're not in the shit. You're a pogue. You're
You're
a
just-
fucking nobody.
You're just a bitch, that's
Dude,
it.
you weren't in the shit. I was in the shit.
So yeah, my top card, commander in chief, dude.
That's pretty good.
That's
That's
pretty
the
good, dude.
owner of the Texas Rangers right there.
See that? Right
Dude,
there?
he's
That card
What-
right there, you can't put a price on peace, man. You can't
You
put a
can't.
price on peace.
one of only
People are still happy with the job he did.
2
Bushes.
single term prezzies during Concon's life.
That's true.
We've
true.
only had
He
Clint
was
and I have only
88
had
to
one.
92, right? He was 88 to 92.
Yes.
yeah, technically 89 to 93, but yeah.
Right. Well, he wasn't really around for my birthday. Well, he was. He was actually still in office until November of 93, right?
No.
No? Oh, January of 93.
Yeah. So I messed up. Never mind. None of us were alive.
All I knew was the playa, dude. Clinton. Playa.
Player.
Bye, y'all.
You ever wonder what Clinton would have been like as a stand-up comedian? Did you guys ever notice? Did you guys ever notice that cigars taste like pussy?
No, dude.
Am I the only one?
He would have been one of those super irritating musical acts.
Yes.
Trying to
Oh my
like
God,
sneak
dude.
jokes in between like careless whisper, like just
Dude, he'd be like Gallagher, but with a saxophone.
yeah.
Oh my god.
It would have been the worst.
Saxophone to fucking bump up a joke, dude.
Oh my
Definitely.
God. That's his crutch. Every time a joke lands, he's like,
Yeah, dude. Actually, that's a hilarious thing. Of like, what would be each president's like comedic like shtick?
yeah.
Trump is just Trump.
No,
He's
Trump's
already doing
crowd
it.
work for sure. 100%.
Yeah, no, he's
Dude,
already doing it.
he's
Dude,
Matt Rife, dude. He's
the-
100% crowd work.
You're gay. Like,
Wow,
just-
what a loser this guy is.
Dude, yeah.
Everybody point and laugh at the loser. What's your name, loser?
Trump is
Brian?
already.
Loser
Trump is already.
Brian.
Look at
That's
this
what we're gonna
guy.
call him.
Look at this guy. What a terrible hairpiece. I've seen worse hairpieces on me. I swear to God, I've seen worse on me.
But I feel like Biden is his shtick is like introducing something and then mentioning how out of touch he is, and then forgetting what he said. Shtick, like
Yeah.
these kids these days call it whatever. Back in my day, it was what was I talking about? And then like that's
No.
his whole.
You know what this is? I've actually noticed recently. I've been watching Joe Rogan specials. Joe Rogan he loses his place in his jokes a lot of the time. Like I can tell, because the further you get into comedy, the more you realize real human behavior when you forget something and you try to get back on track. He does it kind of seamlessly, but a lot of the times he finds his way back into a joke after forgetting it, and I think Biden would be a lot like Rogan in that sense. He's like, and we have to put the praying mantis on the leaf because it changes colors. And you're like, you're like, what the fuck are you talking? I don't know. That's what I think.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
What would be? I feel like Obama would be like
Shucky ducky quack quack.
No, I feel like he would be the
AJ, hit me with it one more time.
yeah, that he would be the saying
He's throwing
something.
up gang signs.
Man of the people. I feel like no, he would be the saying something that is considered like
I am the people's comedian.
yeah, exactly. Like it would be trying to make something that's not highbrow, and that would be the funny.
I am a man. The pussy.
And I told Michelle,
I
that
said-
I'm the man of the house.
But gentlemen, we all know she is.
And then
I thought about
obviously,
this, though. I did think about this. If it was Abraham Lincoln, he'd just bring a black guy on stage and shake his hand. Huh? And do the Shane Gillis look. Guys, I know this is crazy, but come on, they're cool.
I've been making him at night.
I've been freeing them at night. I've been freeing them at night.
I'm freeing them at night.
Boss gone 7 years ago. I did free them at night.
No, I definitely think
freeing
that
those slaves, Abe. I'm not freeing the slaves. I'm freeing
the slaves.
dude, that's great. I'm gonna.
I mean, dude, he might have been full autist, dude. Abe Lincoln?
Yeah, probably.
Think about the stories, dude. I don't think there's been a president that isn't fully autistic, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
7.
100%.
4. Teddy Roosevelt?
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he had Teddy Roosevelt had such social anxiety that he didn't want to tell people he got shot.
That's you 100%.
He was
That's
like,
100%.
It's okay.
You hate talking to people so much that you'd be like, I don't want to bother.
No, I'm good. I don't want to bother him.
I don't want to bother anyone. It's just a flesh wound, It's just in my liver.
It's not a big deal. I promise. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Your blood is black. All right, it's a big deal.
All right, it's a little bit of a big deal.
Yeah, the way Obama talks.
Hey, what's that over there? A new
definitely
national
autism.
park?
And I just want to say hello to the American people. That's autism.
That is autism.
Let me be clear. The spectrum. We're on it.
There are a couple of those where it is too long. That
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Let me be clear.
You are right. It is.
Oh.
It is very autistic to pause as long as he does. And let me be clear. There are no more WMDs in Iraq. There just aren't.
they're not there.
They're not there.
Well, Lex is gone.
Yeah.
Drinking a fucking horchata right now. Look at what you've done to me.
A horchata? Dude, I'm not prepared to fulfill this bet.
Wait, what bet?
The bet that we have about him not drinking.
Oh, yeah, I stepped on my camera, so that's what that was.
Oh,
Okay.
There's a cord that runs under the desk.
Yeah, we weren't worried about it. We just thought you died.
it's over.
Yeah.
Dude, if it's gone, it's
I
gone.
just thought
Dude.
you got shot and didn't want to tell anyone.
Yeah, that's exactly the type of I don't know, social weirdo I am. Where like, again, actually, wait, did you guys see Vice? Like the Christian Bale playing Dick Cheney?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, it's just funny. Hey, wait a minute. Did you guys ever see Vice?
Wait, real quick.
Like,
No.
like, have you guys ever seen the news?
Wait, have you guys ever read Frank Herbert's Dune?
You son of a bitch, dude! It literally, I just got it. It's great. But no, no. You know that moment in Vice where, so Christian Bale as Dick Cheney is like giving this like campaign speech, and then he walks back over and he's like, "I think I may be having a heart attack. Like I need to go to the hospital." Like that's like I saw that and I was like, I need to be better about it because that is absolutely how I deal with it. I would just be like, I'm dying right now. I'm going to die.
I am dying. Yeah. No, I do like Vice. It is a good movie. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. Oh,
That was
well.
a good one.
Tis.
Really makes you, makes you miss the old brass.
A little bit. He got shit done.
He got it done, dude. That's what I'm saying. At least he got something done. I don't give a fuck that it was diabolical, but at least something happened.
Clint,
Yeah.
what does he do?
He gets on base.
He gets on back.
He gets those defense contracts.
Without baseball, dude.
He gets those defense contracts.
What does he do? He shoots his friends. He shoots his friends.
He spends 1.2 million per tomahawk is what he does.
Yeah. Dude, they're bizarrely expensive.
They're probably less expensive now, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, but in the 90s, they were paid for by Topps trading cards because people...
Because instead of buying war bonds, everybody bought Topps trading cards.
Yes.
That might actually be true. There may be some truth.
Dude, actually, yeah, that may in fact be true.
It tracks.
Yeah. You don't think this
Yeah.
money is going to the U.S. government?
Dude,
A picture of a Tomahawk missile. Of course it went straight to them.
Oh, yeah, for the license of using the imagery, for certain.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Wait, Connor,
tell
what were you bringing up?
So I've been doing so in college, and I'm in a astronomy class. So in my astronomy class, we're doing these labs, and we're talking about global warming and the effects on the atmosphere and stuff like that. I know, bullshit, right?
Well, I do know someone who would call it the great coincidence.
The great coincidence.
I think it's global cooling, to be honest.
I think it's all of it. I think I won't have to worry about this in 70 years.
I'm sorry, but before I forget, I gotta say I saw this short today about global warming, talking about the ice caps melting.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and then like I'm also looking at my cup of ice water that's on my desk. And I was like, if all the ice in this cup melts, it's not going to overflow the cup. And then I'm now don't come at me because I know what you're about to say. Because I'm looking at the terrain around these ice caps, and I'm like, that's the part of the cup that's not filled yet. That's what that is. Like that's what those clips are and shit. Like,
the argument is that some of the ice sits on top of land.
Mm-hmm.
And
even better.
Well, that would actually
on the cup.
No, that would mean that like the cup had like a sombrero, and it was sitting on some of the fringe, like this part,
the brim,
and then it would slide back into the cup, and then it would overflow.
Yeah, but a lot of the sombrero is fresh water that's frozen, and it will go into the ocean and evaporate because fresh water does not mix with the ocean water.
Okay, real quick. That is wrong. It does. It will mix.
It does.
It will for certain mix.
It's not oil and water, dude. It's water and water.
It's water and water.
If you pour fresh water into salt water, the fresh water becomes salt water. If you pour salt water into fresh water, the salt water becomes fresh water.
Clint, I know this.
I think it'll be fine.
I know this because all rivers originate as fresh water, and then eventually they flow into the sea, where they just join the sea. There's no massive evaporation points. They just kind of go in.
Yeah.
You know this for sure?
The atmosphere doesn't decide which kind of water it wants to evaporate.
You know how the Mississippi River joins the Gulf of Mexico?
Yes. No.
There's not a huge steam port right there where fresh water is evaporating.
Like as soon as it touches the salt water.
Where it happens. It's got to have some type of reaction.
So anyway, I'm doing this lab that's all about like you have to do this thing on the computer where you put in like the parts per million of carbon and the temperature of the earth in Kelvin and then the luminosity of the sun and whatever. And at the very end of this, there's an extra credit question that tells you to read this article. And it says, what do you think about the article? Do you see reasons for hope? What do you think what do you think can turn this trend around, and how can you be a part of the solution? And my answer was, I am of the mind that we will see noticeable progress, maybe not in my lifetime, but absolutely the next. I think we can expect this trend to continue to go up with time, but with how knowledgeable and aware of these problems the younger generations are because of social media, someone will be smart enough to solve the problem. How I will help to solve the problem is discontinuing breathing when I am dead.
I was going to say, buy a Silverado, sink California.
Yes.
Take out Taylor Swift. Carbon footprint's gone. Ice caps can melt. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, actually, so long as we prevent that one Swedish teenager from flying around saying, how dare you, we'll actually be fine.
I think we'll be good.
There's like literally like 3 celebrities. If we were just like, hey, you got to drive places now.
You on the ground
for now time. Huh?
Yeah.
Just for like 2 years, tour bus time.
Get a Cybertruck to pull your trailer.
Yes. Zero carbon emissions.
Actually, but that's the problem though, is that the U.S. energy grid is almost exclusively. And everybody wants to be like, oh, but there's, like solar here or wind power here. 94% is coal. We're burning coal for electricity. And so everyone who's like, oh, I drive a hybrid. I'm like, yeah, you're just passing the buck.
Also, the hybrid's an oxymoron because they're like, oh, we're saving the environment, but there's 3,000 pounds of fucking copper in their fucking car.
No, absolutely. And also just be electric.
The worst type of mining to do is copper mining, and you
actually
the most of it in your fucking car.
I was gonna say cobalt's the shit, and so these rechargeable car batteries every Tesla on the road has slave blood on its hands,
100%.
and nobody cares.
Sounds
I
like
don't
a
know why
job
nobody
for
cares.
Abraham Lincoln.
But
Huh?
yeah, no. As I live in the
Hands
capital
Huh?
of Teslas, I just have to make that known that yeah, people here virtue signal with their like,
Well,
well,
we need an
I don't.
African Abe Lincoln.
Imagine telling Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Imagine telling
I have
Abraham
come
Lincoln
here
that
to
there
free
could
my
be.
friends from the cobalt mines.
Imagine telling Abraham Lincoln that they're like in 2024. Hey, did you know that there are people other than black people who are slaves? Do you think he'd be like, get the fuck out of here? Do you think that he'd be like, no way? Like he
No,
wouldn't
he'd
believe it?
100% believe it.
Oh, he'd be like, oh yeah, for sure.
From Illinois, dude. He read about all the slaves.
Also, he'd be like, wait, there's more than just black and white people?
Yeah.
No, dude. Are you kidding me? He would have been like, he would have sat there and been like, yeah, dumbass. There's people all over the place.
There were university people were traveled back then, Connor.
I don't think so.
It wasn't like year one.
I think it's a big old lie.
Dude,
I think it's a big old lie like global warming. I think it's all fucking made up.
Dude, in the 1840s,
Dude, like Illinois University existed. Like the Illini were playing football, like already.
They were fighting.
No, they weren't playing football already.
Well, they were playing rugby. My bad. Sorry, but yes.
Rugby, football's less educated cousin.
Yes.
Like there was a
technically the
lacrosse team
father.
that's won a national championship already.
Yes.
There were people that have been everywhere.
Look, I'll see it when I believe it,
travelers.
all right?
I'll see it when I believe it. That's so great.
All right, well, how about this? Back in like fucking George Washington, he's like, there's no fucking way that there's people other than black people in chains. I can't believe
No,
I got it.
Connor, see, here's the problem.
You gotta go back further than George Washington. You gotta
all of the people you've mentioned so far have been Christians, so they know that the Hebrew people were slaves. They read the Bible.
You have to go back to Egyptians
at least
having Jewish slaves for them to be like, there's no other slaves. Like,
well, also, yeah, just
They didn't have to tell the Egyptians, hey, do you know there's people who are like way stronger at doing this kind of stuff?
Dude, I love the idea that the Egyptians are like, hey, you know that we can get people that don't go, how's my soup, when they pull the orders each time.
And these people would be like, tell me what you want me to do. I'm listening.
I don't know about that.
like seriously, if you guys just travel south of here, you will find way better workers.
Yeah, dude, there's so much more. Don't look up, guys. Go
You
down.
keep going up. You gotta go down.
Go down. Go down that way. Go down south.
They're like, dude, Excel won't be invented for thousands of years.
No.
Go south.
Dude, there's like 37 undiscovered countries down there, and I guarantee 30 of them will have exactly what you're looking for.
I'm 99% sure.
99% sure. I mean, you're gonna have to sift through all the lions and the fucking snakes and shit, but you'll get there.
How did they miss it? We wouldn't have had the pyramids though.
I just don't think they had traveled down south that much yet, though, because they came from like up north and like Europe and like all through there. You
Who's
know,
they?
Yeah, what?
the black people. No,
No.
so like
No.
no. What I mean is like everybody came from Africa, and then everybody traveled outward. And after they traveled outward, they realized, hey, we've been traveling outward a lot. Has anybody ever been down there? And then they go the opposite way, and they're like, holy shit, there's all these people who can build our pyramids.
Is anyone still there?
Is anyone still there? Let's go check. Let's go back down. Let's see.
Oh my god, they haven't changed at all.
See what they're doing. These guys are strong as shit. Have you checked it out? What are we doing with these whiny guys that are good at money?
Dude, I do find it so funny that at least early on in Europe, when you sailed away from like a piece of land and discovered another piece of land, they're like, this is a whole new world. This isn't even the same world that I came from. And you're like, no.
It's fucking Aladdin.
They're like, look at this. It's completely different. You're like, it's not at all. They still have trees and grass or whatever.
Yeah, there's still shit that can kill you here.
Yeah, there's still rocks and
It still sucks.
mice.
We still have to keep ourselves alive here. You know?
Not in Ireland.
No, it's not like now where you can just move to fucking Romania and there will be a house waiting there for you. You know?